Welcome to the Coach Jeff Garrett Show, where each week I bring you short, bite-sized podcasts filled with powerful ideas that you can use at home and at work. I'm a thought leader that believes you can have success while living life out of balance. I'm glad you're here. Let's get the show started. I have to admit that sometimes I'm not a good listener. There'll be times when I'm sitting maybe watching a baseball game and my wife will be saying something to me and I'll say, "What did you say?" A few years ago, I went back to college and I got a certificate in spiritual direction. I've taken a lot of different courses and done programs on listening. I've practiced the skill and I continue to work on my listening. But one of the things I became when I went to this course was a better listener. There was a number of modules that we took during the course on listening. And there's 4 important steps that I learned to good listening during that course. And the first step is stepping away from what you're doing. The second one is entering the world of the person you're listening to. Number 3 is determining the real issue. And number 4 is acknowledging what the person said. So if we take a look at stepping away from what you're doing, the best example I have is this afternoon at lunch. I walked into a restaurant and I look around and there's a lot of people on their phones just looking at the phone. In some cases, both people at the table are looking at their phone. In other cases, it's just one of the people looking at their phone while the other person is either talking to them or just sitting there by themselves. One of the things that I highly recommend if you're listening is to put the phone away. If you're at lunch or you're meeting with somebody, don't even just put it on the desk. Put it actually away because it is one of the biggest distractors to listening today. But stepping away from what you're doing is just stop watching the baseball game, in my case, putting your phone away in the case of the restaurant, and listening to the person and looking at them in the eye, presenting yourselves as if they're the only person in the entire restaurant, in the restaurant example. So the first thing to do is put aside, in this example, the cell phone, look the person in the eye and pay attention to them. You may even want to lean forward into them. That way they feel like you're really paying attention. And it's also easier if you're the person leaning in to focus and to pay attention. One of the things that you want to do is find out, what is it that they want to discuss? Is there an issue that they have? Is there something that is very important to them that they want to talk to you about? And there may be nothing important. It may just be having a conversation. You may even disagree with what they're saying, but if you do disagree with what they're saying, don't let them know at this point in time. Just continue to listen. It's important to seek to understand. To do this, you have to enter their world. You have to see things through their eyes. Where are they coming from? What are their issues? What do they want to discuss with you? You need to be there with them. You need to let them know that you understand their situation or you understand their problem. Pay attention to their body language. How are they sitting? Are they sitting sideways? Are they sitting with their arms folded? Are they avoiding eye contact with you, or do they have great eye contact with you? Lastly, you want to acknowledge the situation. Respond to them that you've been listening to them by summarizing what they said to you. You can just give a statement back of, here's what I heard you saying. You may want to empathize with them if they have a situation. As an example, they may be angry about something. You could respond with, I understand why you're angry. I would have been upset if that happened to me as well. These are just a few tips to becoming a better listener. There's lots and lots of listening programs out there. It's a skill, and you have to practice listening to become better, just like anything else. I have a couple of coaching times that I've opened up starting this month. Let me know if you'd like some help. Email me at jeff@coachjeff.me. Thanks for listening, and be audacious. You have just listened to the Coach Jeff Garrett Show. If you enjoyed the show, go to iTunes, subscribe to the show, write a review, and give us a rating. Thank you for listening, and remember to be great.